What's up? What's going on? What's good, everybody? That's right. Here we are. This is the December 4th, 2022 edition of the Boxing Source Radio Show. I'm your host, James Bellelier of the Boxing Source on social media. You could catch us on multiple platforms through social media, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, you have the YouTube channel. You have the podcast that, after the live, you can listen to it on demand through iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, or whatever you use to listen to your podcast, right? We have a fairly packed show here in this particular episode. We will be covering the main events that took place yesterday over in the UK. You had the Queensberry Promotions card, in conjunction with Top Rank. And you also had the Matchroom card that was over in Arizona that had a very good main event. But we are waiting for a couple of guests to join us here for this particular podcast, and we will be, having a few things that we're going to be talking about in this, episode. Just waiting on them to join us here live. We've had these guests on a few times here before on the Boxing Source, but definitely looking forward to seeing them join in here in this conversation. As they, may have a few things here that they're going to talk about that could be of some news when it comes to the sport of boxing. So we definitely do have something to look forward to there with these guests coming in. But like I said, we also have, to talk about that fight between Tyson Fury and Derrick Chisora that took place. And also you had Juan Francisco Estrada versus Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez that took place yesterday. And, that was a very, very, very good bout, so definitely going to be covering that. And also, if we do have time, we'll, kind of talk about what's coming up on Saturday. You have, of course, the bout for the WBO Welterweight Championship that is upcoming, and you also have a card that is in Madison Square Garden, headlined by a WBC lightweight eliminator bout. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to have our special guests here come on. Of course, like I said, is one guy that has joined us multiple times here. Of course, coming from, or originally from Bridgetown, Barbados, currently residing in Prince George's County, Maryland. There with a record of 15-1, bouncing in there around the featherweight division. That's right. It's the soldier himself.
Yes, I'm here.
Soldier
Yeah,
Breedy.
yes.
What's going on?
Man, I'm doing good. I was trying to make it home, but I ain't get home yet.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. You know what I mean? I know you get, of course, you have some things to do. You're enjoying the family life for sure. You know what I mean? Have your
Mhm.
wife, and baby, and everything like that. So you've been, taking care of that here. While, of course, getting yourself in shape and training. Like you said, you're always ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, what's it like, man? Like you said, you have your kid and everything like that, and there with your wife. So how's it, having time with your family?
It's good. It's very exciting, for us not having a son. Um, it's like when I look at him, man, it's like extra motivation. You know what I mean? So if I, keep doing what I'm doing, so I can have more to give to him when he grow up. You know, have a good life. So it's definitely a God's blessing for my son. Uh, I love him to death.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And like you said, man, you have that legacy there, with the Breedy family, and having that, like saying that. coming from Barbados and now here in the States, established a very, very good professional career here up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just trying to see when you're going to be back in action. I know that it could have been earlier this year, in a rematch against Suleiman Sagawa, but things didn't necessarily work out with that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just seeing here if maybe you could potentially have something going on in 2023. Now that's a possibility, but I mean, I'm not going to,
I it's in work. My manager, Derrick Curry, my coach Floyd, they working on it right now as we speak. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Um, I don't want to burst the bubble until I have it, but I'm gonna just give a spoiler. Maybe something in January 7th, just like that.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah. We're just gonna
possible.
hold. Yeah, we're just
Fi-
gonna hold
Fingers,
that hope.
fingers crossed, and leave everything to God and my team to handle it. And like I said, I'm in the gym. They ask me if I'm always in the gym. So whatever opportunity presents itself, I'm ready to take it.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely, definitely. Yeah, we're gonna hold on to that here for a
Yeah.
little bit until a little bit later. When maybe we could, kind of like go into that a little bit more.
Mhm.
But like I said, had your built yourself an undefeated record up until the tug bout. Of course, that was
Mhm.
a very close bout. I mean, the like you said,
Mhm.
the judges didn't quite go your way, man. And we talked about that right after that fight, and you got back in there against Suleiman Sagawa, and you were about
Headbutt.
switching the things up with Suleiman, and then all of a sudden they said, "Hey, man, we got to stop the bout prematurely because of a cut."
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, that was a wild scene last year
Mhm.
over at the Entertainment and Sports Arena in DC. So,
Mhm.
could have had another bout, but given what's happening, right now,
Mhm.
that could lead to, bigger and better things for you here in your professional career.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to um the people, my supporters, my Barbados people, people in the Caribbean, the DMV, my coach Floyd, my manager Derrick. I want to give everybody a shout out, and I want to you know, I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for whatever opportunity God gives me that comes my way, and I'm thankful, you know what I mean, for my beautiful family and my son. So I'm like I said, I stay in the gym, I stay ready. So when the phone rings, I'm good. I'm always there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now, given being there from Barbados, I think you were kind of like there fairly recently, if I'm not mistaken. Did
Yeah,
you go back there recently?
yeah. So I went back there 20 last year,
Hmm.
October, and so Barbados, they showed the first fight, me and Suleiman. Well, it was only one fight. The fight with me and Suleiman, Barbados streamed the fight down there, and after the fight, it didn't go as we planned, the headbutt and stuff. So me and Coach Floyd, we went over there and give back to the homeless shelter, give back to my old school, and we just gave back to people in need.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like you said, contributing, to the Barbados community there. That's always a big thing there. And of course, you have your siblings, that are here or over back in Barbados. I know that Cobia Breedy has been like competing, still in the amateurs and back and forth, but
Mhm.
he's also been, kind of like doing work over there in the gym with you as well. Correct?
Mhm. Yep, yep. Yes, and we was working on the fight in Barbados for January, December 26th.
Mm,
Yeah, but we kind of hold off for it, because they have been buzzed for something else, so we
yeah.
hold off for it. But we
Mhm.
definitely will be having a fight in Barbados for 2023. I know this year I haven't fought this year. I haven't been active this year, but next year for sure, me and my team is definitely planning to keep me in the ring active as
Yeah.
much as possible.
Gotcha, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's the main thing is, keeping active, in
Mm,
the ring so that, you'll be able to put yourself in a good position to, eventually, fight for those high spots in the division that you're in, or pretty
Mm-hmm.
much, for a world title. So we're just waiting on that to kind of like come up. Now, in our last conversation, we kind of like talked about a few things as far as like sports are concerned, man. And I know that you're kind of like a fan of basketball and things like that. I think you were talking about what was last season. I think it was like the Lakers. I don't know if you've been following the Lakers this season or not.
Yes, I'm a Lakers fan. You know what I mean? Well, I'm since I've been here, like I like LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan. I like LeBron. When we was growing up, that's all we knew about was Michael Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. But we really watch like more LeBron. You know what I mean? We don't really watch basketball in Barbados. We just know about LeBron. And
Right.
since I've been over here, I've been more introduced to basketball. I play the game, so I'm into it more. And Lakers is my team. Like I really like the Lakers. That's my squad right there.
Hey, speaking of that, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're supposed to be playing.
They
Uh,
playing right now.
oh, they play right now. Oh, yes. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was supposed to be there, but it couldn't. I didn't. It didn't happen. But I was supposed to let the people know a week in advance, and I would have been there.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, that's the thing, man. They got that game going on over there right now, man. And I
They
was like,
Yeah,
that's
they winning
what's up.
right now too, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
80 already got 24 points second half.
jeez, man.
LeBron already got 15, and Lonnie Walker got 10. So you got the three dudes scoring 10, 15, and 24. I don't how you gonna beat that?
Yeah,
And they don't have
I
no
don't know, man.
they don't have no one to defend Anthony Davis because he's hot right now. He saw what he did to Milwaukee. He actually outplayed the Greek.
Giannis, yeah,
Yes, he outplayed the Green Freak. So, and that was a signature win for the Lakers because they haven't beat no good since. Well, besides the Nuggets is pretty good, but they
yeah,
haven't beat no good team
yeah,
till 2 days ago.
yeah.
And
So
that was a playoff game. I was watching that. I was like, Lakers, please don't give it up. But they, you know what I mean? They bite down. No, Russell Westbrook misses 2 free throws, but damn, but it's all good. We still got the win.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. It looks like they're trying to get themselves in the gear to try to clean things up before the end of this year. So
Yeah,
once we get the 2023 part of the season going, then they could get themselves on a little run or something.
yeah, they will have to make a trade though, for sure.
Yeah, I think they do, but I'm
And
just
uh,
not sure what
and
it's going to
I,
work
I,
out.
I don't think they're going to trade. I don't think they should trade Westbrook, and I don't think that they should do that anymore because Westbrook is been good for the team this year. And if you give up him and two first rounders, is that gonna make you better? No, nobody's Miles Turner and Buddy Hield is not gonna make you. It's probably gonna move the needle, but it's not gonna make. It's not gonna like you feel gonna win. Everything,
Yeah.
nothing is guaranteed, but it's. I think they should just I don't know ride it out and see what's up.
Yeah, yeah, they probably should write it out. You know what I mean? Because I think they had, once they did the thing for AD or whatnot, like they gave up like a lot of draft picks, in order to get AD. So
Yeah, they
it'd be
gave
a
up
good little
a
minute
lot.
for them to, yeah, a good little minute for them to get some good draft picks coming up towards the season. So you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I gotta like see how that's gonna work itself out.
Hmm.
With all that. But also, do you like kind of like follow the NFL thing or anything like that?
Yes, I do follow the NFL, and I'm so since I've been here in the U.S., Floyd brother took me to a 49ers game, and that I don't have a per se football team. I like the Commanders. Um, they doing real good right now. I don't even know if they play today or what, but I like all teams. I mean, I guess right now I
Yeah,
don't have a
yeah,
I don't have a favorite NFL team at this point.
yeah. Gotcha, gotcha. I feel
But
like
I live in Maryland, so I gotta go to Commanders because that's hometown. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
my
yeah,
my wife my wife from Houston, Texas, she a Cowboy fan, so you know
yeah.
how it.
I don't know how I don't know how that works out.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just seeing here, man, like look like something kind of like went out a little bit. You still there with
Yeah,
us,
that
Cobia? Oh
that's
yeah,
me.
yeah,
That's me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
So
in. I'm in. I'm in Upper Marlboro, so you know.
yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Now given your time there as a professional, and I know we talked with you about your coach and your guy, Coach Floyd Seymour. Coming from the Bahamas, and that he's been your long time training and things like that. Like, what has it been? Your relationship with Coach Floyd Seymour over the years.
He's like a father figure to me. We met each other in India in in 20 in 2011, and we got better, closer friends, and like in the Panama and stuff. Me being on the Olympic team and stuff, and
Mhm.
we just got a good relationship, a good bond, and him and his wife and some took me in like family, and since then we've been grinding, still trying to get to close to the title shot, you know, and we still doing it till to this day, still trying to grinding, getting to that, and I definitely want to shout out Derrick Curry, for being a part of my team and pushing to make things happen for me in my career, and we my future is bright, with the team I have right now.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I know with Derek Curry that he has been a key part in kind of like guiding your career here. Over the past couple years or so. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I know that you have like done work with him. As far as like trying to get yourself in position to get the best fights and whatnot. So like he's definitely there, definitely doing a good job and whatnot to kind of like guide you here for your professional career. Now, also, with that being said, like um, now I know that you've like kind of like done work in the gyms, of course, around your home area, whatnot, but also you kind of like done some work at gyms, all across the country, including over there in Las Vegas, Nevada, there over by Mayweather's gym.
Mhm.
So like, how is it like going back and forth, working out, over there at that gym and coming back here and get work as well?
It's a part of it's my job. It's a part of my boxing career, and I all every good champion, every great champion, you got to get different look, different sparring sessions because any person you fight, you don't know how the person is gonna come in the ring, so you got to prepare yourself for all type of styles. And I recently went to Vegas and I sparred at Sal's gym. I
Okay.
never sparred there before. I never been to Vegas. I've been to Vegas before. I just sparred in Mayweather gym, but I never
Mhm.
been to the other gym. So I've been to pound for pound in Sal's gym, and I got some really good work over there with these guys.
Yeah, that's there with was it Coach Ismail Salas there.
Mhm.
He's a very very good coach and trainer there in the
And
boxing game.
and the guy Tank about to fight. What's his name again?
Hector Luis Garcia.
Yeah, he's in pound for pound as well.
Yeah, yeah, with Ismail and them. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I know that Hector Luis Garcia is the guy that's coming up fighting Tank, and he's a very skilled guy. He's had a couple of good wins here this year. Over
Mhm.
Chris Colbert and was it Gutierrez? I think it was.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was a good part.
yeah, so that was a good little run for him here in
Mhm.
2022. So you're able to get some good work out there with Hector Luis Garcia. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are like some other like I would necessarily not necessarily say gyms, but also some cities that you've also like got some good work in for sparring or workout or something like that.
New York. We're in the Bronx. Um, Virginia. I mostly stayed around this area. I've been to I got some work in Boston already, New Jersey. I mean Connecticut
Hmm.
and stuff like that. Yeah, they got a couple of fighters out there, and my man, actually a fighter that I know, my man Toka Khan, he's from Boston, that Boston area. He's good work too. He actually fought Shakur.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Token Clary, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I worked with him. and stuff. But I've been in the ring with Sean Porter, Shakur, Javante, of course, Gary Russell, and all the brothers. I sparred with every one of them. I've been in there with I've been in there with Adrian Bruner back in the day. Um, yeah, but I mostly like got a lot of good sparring at Headbangers because back then when I first came up here, everybody was up there. Everybody used to come up there, like the Bruner to what's the name of the guy name again? Jamal that just lost to Shakur, the military guy. What's his name again?
Swoosh. Oh, what? Not Well, he had Conceição. You had he fought Oscar Valdez. Who else?
The guy Jamal Herring,
Jamal Herring.
Jamal
Yeah,
Herring.
yeah. So
Hmm.
he's also up there in that. He used to be up there in that area as well. Yeah, Jamal
Hmm.
Herring. So that's another good one there. But real quick, I wanted to add in another guest here. Of course, Kobe, you know him. Of course, he works there as a talent scout there for Mayweather Promotions, and he is a very talented percussionist, a former member of the Great Go-Go Band, Experience Unlimited EU doing. But yeah, that's right. It's DC himself, brother Derrick Curry in the building. What's going on?
Hey, brother James, how you doing? How you doing? What's up, coach? What's up, champ?
Man, what's up, man?
Man, I'm just maintaining and staying out the way.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. I mean, so yeah, I was talking with brother Cobia here for a little bit. Kind of saying that he's out there doing work and whatnot over at his area and whatnot. So he's kind of like seeing what's going down as far as like what could be on the horizon for him in the near future. So I'm not necessarily, going to try to say anything on that. That's something that you would be able to handle. So if there was like anything that you would have to like kind of like say that for the people.
Right, right. Yeah, Kobe is a workhorse, man. Gym rat. He gets in the gym twice a day. He puts in the work. He stays fight ready, war ready, as he calls it.
Hmm.
Because with this sport here, you never know. You could get a call a week out, 5 days out from a fight, and say, "Hey, can you take this fight?" So Kobe is what I call the ultimate professional. He doesn't let himself get out of shape. He's always ready to fight. I mean, when he fought King Tug for the title eliminator bout, the
Hmm.
main event on Showtime, PBC, he got that call 2 weeks before the fight,
Yeah.
um, and took it all the way to a split decision, which he should have actually won to
Yeah.
put himself in position to fight for a world title. But that's no here nor there. Um, I'm working on putting him in a position to really show the world and show everybody he's ready to get one of those titles at 126. No doubt in my mind. So we're working. I'm talking to some people and trying to get him a title shot. Definitely in 2023.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're in the 126-pound division. I mean, that's kind of like been a fluctuating division, especially recently. Here in 2022,
Right.
where either the one of those world titles has changed hands a couple of times, or a
Mhm.
title has been vacated, or may soon be vacated. So that kind of like could have the thing where Kobe could be put in position to eventually fight for one of those world titles.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I mean, we if the 130 comes open, we'll take that too. His regular weight is 126, but he can fight 130 with no problem.
No problem.
Um, so he's put in the work, and right now, with boxing, there's a lot of pieces and things that's always moving around in boxing, but he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. He's going, um, we also talking to Barbados about having him come home to fight as well. So you know, um, Yeah, the 2023 is definitely going to be a year where doors open up for Kobe. And, you know, if they don't open up, then we're going to kick them open.
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
know,
feel you.
we're going to kick them open.
I feel you. Yeah, Kobe did talk about potentially fighting there over in Barbados in 2023. So
Yeah.
maybe get something going to kind of like set that up and get a card going, and then once that gets solidified, you'll let us know, and then I
Oh,
don't know,
definitely.
I'll make some phone calls or look at my frequent flyer miles and
Right,
see if
right, right, right. Yeah, it'll be a slash vacation slash fight, you know. But yeah, we working on that, man. And you know, we've been talking to Barbados people, man. They good people, and they love to have Kobe to come back home and fight in front of his people on the island. And so, you know, we're probably going to take a trip over there in early 2023, man, and sit down and talk to him and kind of map things out. But we definitely going he's definitely going to have a homecoming in Barbados, and maybe even Mexico too.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
That could be something good too. Is to have a couple fights in Mexico. I mean, I don't have any issue on having fighters go out to Mexico, get a few fights in, and
yeah,
they're staying busy. You know what I mean?
right,
That's one of the key things there. As a fighter, is staying busy and getting yourself in the ring.
yeah, yeah,
He did
yeah,
it a while back, so
and it won't be those kind of some of the fights in Mexico just be just right. We it's gonna be something nice, it's gonna be something real nice in a nice area. Not saying that all the areas there not nice, but it's gonna be something real nice.
yeah, got
It might even be a resort.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Definitely set it up at a resort. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? All
So,
inclusive. It can be all
right,
inclusive. I know that.
right.
I know
And
that.
see now you thinking like I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
So
can
I got some contacts that I'm talking to right now about that. So
It's
that's
going,
definitely
it's going to definitely be a sellout for
oh
sure.
definitely
Oh yeah,
definitely
oh yeah, yeah. Without question, without question.
yeah
And I also was talking with Kobe there earlier about working with you and having that type of relationship that you've had once you've joined in and kind of like
yeah
you looked at Kobe what it was like about at least a couple of years ago before you started to join in and
right
be part
right
of it, you know what I mean, because you had the thing there with the that first beltweight battles event there where you had the fight against Suleiman Sagawa, so
yeah
kind of like being a good partnership with Cobia Breedy and Coach Floyd Seymour over the
yeah.
past like a year and a half or so.
It's been great, man. Like I said, Kobe has been nothing but a professional. Kobe is the kind of person, he knows what his job is. He knows what he got to do. I don't have to babysit him. I don't have to ask him, hey, you been to the gym today? Nothing. He knows what he has to do.
Man, I've been out here running this cold today, man. I didn't.
Hey,
It
man,
was
I don't
freezing
know
hell,
what it is.
but I don't care, man. When you go to war, you gotta be ready.
Yeah,
Anytime,
yeah.
anytime.
You're
My,
right. You got to be ready at any time because, hey, I know it was cold today, but it certainly wasn't cold yesterday. It was about like 60 something
right,
yesterday. So,
right.
Mhm.
yeah, got to make
Yeah.
adjustments.
So yeah,
Yep.
it's been nothing but great working with him and Floyd Seymour, man. And we got a lot of things planned in 2023 for Kobe, and I'm very certain that he is going to get a title shot, and I'm sure that he's going to get a title.
Hmm.
I watched all the guys at 126. None of them can beat Kobe.
Hmm.
None of them can beat Kobe. I've watched them fight.
Hmm.
They're not going to be able to deal with his pressure. They're not going to be able to deal with that pressure for 12 rounds.
Yep.
Hmm.
For sure, for sure. And like you said, Kobe, about and you, Derrick, about maybe potentially if something comes up for potential title shot, like you said, 126 and 130, because there
Yeah.
could be something open in 130. There's still a
Oh,
couple
definitely.
of vacant titles out there for 130 right
Yep.
now. There could be another one that could open up real
Yeah.
soon too.
Yeah.
So you could have that thing there where you, as long as things kind of like go right, you
Yeah.
could have him in position to fight for one of those vacant titles at 130 as well.
Oh, definitely, and that's our plan for 2023. And I'm gonna work my ass off to make sure it happens.
Oh yeah, no
Mhm.
doubt, no doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt. Now he's kind of like said that he's been out and about as far as like getting work in, in the gyms across the country and stuff like that. I know that I've seen him like work, not just here but also abroad over in Vegas and things like that. And he's also been out there with another one of your guys there in Jalil Major Hackett. So I
Yep.
know that you've had those guys out there getting a lot of work with a lot of experienced fighters, whether
Yeah.
it's they're at 147 all the way on down to 126 and below.
Yep.
So yeah, how's it to like have those guys out there getting that work, getting that experience?
Man, it's great. When you're from this area, it's a small amount of guys that can give
Mhm.
you that real work. So it's always good to go outside to get a different look from other
Yeah.
fighters that come from different areas, because with boxing, different areas they spar different. Their
And they fight different.
mentality is different. And I'll give you an example. Here, you know, when we spar, it's a way to do it, but you still go hard.
Right.
In other
Mhm.
areas, you go to them gyms, they don't like that bump. And it's almost like, when I played basketball, we'll go to some areas, man, we going hard. We laying wood, you ain't getting no easy layup. We gonna sit
Uh
on the
huh.
floor. Then
Yeah.
you go to some of them areas, they ain't used to that bump. They don't like that. So, with Kobe and with Jalil, they gonna bring it. So when you get in the ring with them, you better be prepared to bring it back, or you might as well get up out the gym.
Yeah.
When Kobe went out to Vegas, it was some guys out there with well-known names. Wouldn't
Man,
get in there.
and fights nearly broke out.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a good experience for them, and they're going to be going out there more, and we're going to be going to other places sparring more,
Mm,
and putting that work in. But they go out there, man. They handle their business. They're very professional with it, very respectful, and I
mhm.
mean that's how we do things. You know.
Yeah, gotcha. I know that he's also done some work, as he said, up there in Baltimore too, and had
Hmm.
a couple fighters out there in Baltimore that he's done work with him alongside with Jalil Hackett. So yeah, he's
Mhm.
definitely sharpening his skills there.
No, they
While
say iron sharpen iron.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Because I'm gonna tell you, man. Uh, Him and Jalil and Kobe is, small. I
Mhm.
mean, when they spar each other, man, they sharpen each other up.
Yeah.
They sharpen each other up. And see, that's why I know without a doubt that Kobe can beat any of those champions at 126. Because I know for a fact none of them fighters at 126 can go in there and spar with Jalil in the last one or two rounds.
Mm-mm. And Jaleel,
You
a big dude, and he hits hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But a lot of people forget too that I was in the Barbados Olympic team and I have a lot of amateur fights. I've been fighting since I was on internationally. I've been fighting on Barbados since I was 14. So with that, and plus my professional experience sparring all the greats and all that, that's a lot. Just it's not. It's not gonna be easy with me in there. It's people say I'm awkward, I'm this and that, but they confuse what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Well,
right.
not only that, but even more important than that, Kobe's military background.
Yes.
Boxing, anybody that fights professional, for the most part, we know they can fight because they wouldn't be there.
Hmm.
But up here mentally,
Hmm.
that's the key. And mentally, I mean,
Like today. Today I didn't want to go running. You know what I'm saying? I could have stayed home. I could have stayed home with my son
right.
and feed him milk. You know what I'm saying? Watch him. You know what I mean? Man, I'm like, man, I'm about to go running.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
motivated. I'm motivated. I need to go running. I went running. I don't want to run on the trail. I want to run outside in the cold where it's bad. It's gonna make me uncomfortable, but I want to do it.
yeah,
Because when you're out there working, the guys that you'll be fighting, they inside not working.
Hmm.
You
yeah,
know,
Yeah, and boxing is not just about you know when you get a phone call when you know you got a schedule.
right?
Yeah, I get ready. See, I'm not in that position, right? And if I was in the position or not, I will always be in the gym.
Yeah.
And I stay in the gym. I stay keep myself. I keep my weight. I check my weight every day. Make sure my weight is good. Um, Never want to be far off.
Hmm.
Um, and if I'm slacking or anything, Floyd, my coach Floyd, Derrick, they get on me. They'll be like, but it don't happen that often. I'm always in the gym, and I'm always around.
Man, him and Jaleel, man, they stay locked in when it come to working. That
Hmm.
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, for sure. I mean, hope it let for the running. I hope it's last time like Coach Floyd was saying, like you were running out on the bridge. Then you jumping out and swimming a couple laps too out there. But but like you said, you pretty much work hard every single day. When it comes to training and preparing yourself, and that's pretty much what it's all about. Like Derek Curry says, man, you can't really like take time off or cut corners in there because, like I've heard, whenever you cut corners, it's gonna show in the ring.
he'll catch up to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes. When I took that King Tug fight, it I was on standby for the longest. Imagine as a fighter how that could play psychology in your mental. Like, am I
Mhm.
fighting? Am I fighting? I might not fight. Why I ain't just I could have said, man, coach, man, I ain't gotta go that hard. I might not the dude ain't gonna catch COVID, da, da, da. But
Right.
I was like, nope, I'm gonna stay ready. And my weight was down. I was sparring. I was sparring like I'm about to fight him. And when I went 12 rounds, everybody was surprised, but I wasn't. I was ready.
Yeah.
for sure, man. And you were out there. You did some real good work on there in the King Tug fight, and then like I said there again in the Suleiman fight, you pretty much switching it up because a lot of people don't
Man,
know like you're unpredictable there
I,
in the ring. So
yeah, I
kind of
don't, I don't, I don't really want to get on Suleiman too much, but Suleiman got lucky, man. All I can say that they're lucky. My coach showed me the last tape of him fighting some dude. I was like, I looked at it a little bit. I was like, yeah, this is. I don't fight nothing like that. I'm
Mhm.
like me. I even went back after he was sparring what he had to do with a body shot. Went down. I went and look at my take, me and him, how my style of fighting. I'm an exciting fighter. When people see me in the ring, they know it's about to. They don't know what's coming. It's gonna be excitement. Headbutts happen. It's not me. It's the other people. You better got good defense stuff. Yeah. We going to war. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So when
yeah,
you in there with me, and I trust me, if you knock me down, it might be the worst thing you do because you could. I got knocked down in New York. I got up when I stopped the dude. I got knocked down by King Tug. I got up. We went to war for 12 rounds. I got knocked down twice. War for 12 rounds. So it doesn't matter what they do. I'm strong mentally, physically, and I'm ready. I've been through it all. I've been knocked down already. Got back up. I fought my ass off. So what else? What else?
yeah, for sure, for sure. Real quick shout out, here on the YouTube live. Shout out to Chris Trucker there for supporting here on the Boxing Source. Showing support for Rise Podcast favorite, and once again, shout out to the Rise Podcast out there. With those folks, coaches over there in Upton Gym in Baltimore. I
Oh,
mean,
definitely,
Mhm.
yeah, and
definitely. Shout out to them.
yeah, and Cobia, you're talking about going to war, and the thing that we kind of like say when you go to war, it's like you got to have all your weapons and all your weapons
Mhm.
ready, and in the ring, you definitely got to have all those weapons. And Coach Floyd talks about having those different styles, and kind of like calling out what to do or what type of
Mhm.
thing to do, and then you switch
Toro.
and doing everything.
Yeah, Toro. That's Derek for everyone.
That's
Toro.
my favorite one. Toro.
Yep. Yeah, it
Yeah,
definitely it does it definitely makes me it made me the person I am today. And I want to shout him out for all the skills and everything we worked on for years. We still working on improving, and just we just staying ready.
Yeah. Brother Derrick was talking about, like you having that military background and having, that up there to like stay disciplined.
Mhm.
Like what is like one of those key things that you learned in the military that sticks with you right now?
Um, is no I in a team. Fact, when we was in the military, when I look, when we, I'm gonna tell you this quick story.
Hmm.
When I was only 18 years old, just finished school, I'm like, man, imagine you sign this contract, right? And knowing that once you sign this contract, you belongs to the government, and we all had on black on white like we going to prison. They took our bags, threw it in the back of this green truck that looked ugly, big dirty truck, and then they drove us. I never. I've been living on Barbados the whole time. I never even think about the army bases. I was never like thinking about going to the army. This thing is like set up. It's red,
Word.
set up like a prison, right? So once we get up in there, it's like you basically outside of Barbados. There's no friends, no none. And everybody that I saw in there, I probably knew two guys that was recruiting with me. And when they trained us, the commanders and all they trained us as team, like work. If one person fail, we all got to do laps.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing they drilled in us, they was real clean, and they was real particular in drilling and keeping your barks clean, keeping your bag clean. And if one person messed up, we all messed up. And that's the one thing I can say they teach that discipline. Because a lot of dudes, trust me, it was like it was like 100 of us,
Hmm.
probably like 65, 70 of us recruited. Some people couldn't take it. It
Hmm.
was it was that it was that bad. But you know how they say that only the strongest survive?
Hmm.
Yes, yeah, only the strongest survive. And that's why I'm the strongest and I'm still here today.
Yeah, most definitely. Like you said, there's no I in team, and like you said, if one person mess up, everybody mess up. It'll be like one person screw up, and everybody got to do 100 push-ups, man. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
know,
man.
I
you
mean,
know,
the number one key is everybody being on the same page. Everybody
Yes.
being on the same page, and everybody not only knowing their role but playing their role.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I've talked to Kobe and Floyd, and you know, I tell people, when you have a team, if
Mm-hmm.
everybody has a role and you're not playing your role, but you're playing somebody else's role, that means you're not putting 100% in the role that you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't put 100% in your role and put 10, 15 and be in somebody else's role.
right?
You
It
know,
ain't gonna work.
it ain't gonna work. It's never gonna work.
Never.
Um, so we're blessed to everybody knows their role, everybody plays their role. We communicate well. Um, it's perfect.
Yeah, gotcha,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha, man. And there with you there, DC. Like I said, you have that presence there. Being part of Mayweather Promotions and being a scout under Mayweather Promotions for a long time, and kind of like seeing guys like Cobia and
Mhm.
Talil, that you have an eye for talent here in the Washington D.C. area. So
Yeah.
how is it, like kind of like being that type of guy there for Mayweather Promotions for, such amount of years up to this point?
It's been a blessing, man. My first love, a lot of people know, it's been basketball. But my best friend of shucks, 40 years almost, Sean Bay Mitchell. Two-time world champion. Being around him a lot, being around the sport. I love the sport growing up, and love boxing and could box, but basketball was like my number one love. So I kind of pursued that. After things didn't work out with that, blew my knee out and things of that nature. I started working with Sean Bay with his team and with his corner camp, and being around his manager at the back initially his manager Kenny Wills, who's like family to me. And then Nate Peake became his manager, which is like family too to me. Just learning the insides and outs of the business side of it as well. But it's been a blessing, it really has, Leonard and Floyd have been great. Welcome me in with open arms, and I've learned a lot. I continue to learn every day. You never know too much in anything in life. So every day, if I can take away one little thing, then I'm still growing. Um, but yeah, it's been a blessing, man. And I'm always open, you know, checking fighters out from a distance. They might not know it, but I do. And not even in this area, from all around.
Mm-hmm.
But DC has a lot of talent. Um, I tell people DC is one of the most talented cities in the world, and not just with boxing, just with sports, entertainment, music. Um, I mean, we have a lot of talent that's come out of this area. It's just a matter of being focused, being locked in, putting everything into your craft. Because if you don't put it, you get what you put into it.
Right.
You get out of it, and you know sometimes this area can pull you away from those things. But you got to be mentally strong and focused. But yeah, so it's been a blessing. We still get it's a lot of talent, young talent coming up out of DC that can very well make some noise in the future as well.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
But you had that young talent coming up, but you have the current talent here right now. You got Cobia Soldier Breedy as one of those guys, very
Yeah.
talented fighter here in the Washington D.C. area. And like we said, I mean, we're gonna see what goes down as far as like what could be coming up for him in 2023 because yeah, it could be something real big. We'll have to see what comes up in these next few weeks or so, something that develops there with them.
Yep.
But we're most definitely going to be kind of like checking up on that.
Okay.
Soldier, like what is it about kind of like being here in the Washington D.C. area to you that kind of like stands out?
Um, the people, the city, like the culture
Mm-hmm.
is different. It's different. It's different to where I come from. Definitely.
Yeah.
Um, they got the goods and the bads. You know what I mean? I'm used to. I stay away from the bad. You know what I
Of
mean? When I'm
course.
more
Yeah.
around the good, but I see the bad around me. I like. Um. Okay. Being here is like a dream come true for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was growing up, watching movies, you always see the White House, you always see the Capitol, you always see the snow. You're like, I'm only 15, 16. I know I want to go with the America, but I'm like, I'm boxing, but I don't know what is to hold. So when I got older, joined the military, and I started traveling the world at young age and seeing different places,
Mm-hmm.
being in different countries, meeting different people, different race, and when I came here to DC and Floyd introduced me to people from DC, it's like it's beautiful, it's nice, it's like I love the culture. I'm big into sports and stuff, and it's just I just love. I mean, I just love it. I don't think I'm gonna move. I don't think I ever want. I don't think I will ever go to no other state. I've been to other states, and I really like it in the city with the good or the bad. I just love it here.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. That's kind of like how I was like well originally like coming from Florida, then coming up to DC. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm pretty much good here. I can't really see about like being in many other places. You know what I mean, and kind of like staying there long term. So the DC area has
Yeah,
pretty much worked the best
and,
for me.
yeah, and I got a lot of. I built a lot of fan base out here. I built a lot of relationships out here, and everybody that I is relationship or business is like my good friends. They support me and fight, support me anything I need. And to go and leave that to start back over is hard, and I don't want to do that. I already left Barbados. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I left home, and I already built something here, and I just feel like I want to finish it off right here.
I feel you. I feel you, man. I feel you. But there was like one thing that we kind of like had a previous conversation on. When you came as a fighter coming up as a fighter, And I'm wondering if that vision is still in your head that one day you still want to go out to the ring and have Rihanna bring you out to the ring.
Man, I still want that, man. I don't know if I gotta call ASAP Rocky or something, man. But
we
man,
gonna
listen,
make
man.
it happen. Soon as
Hey,
Kobe get a
it,
belt,
it,
I'm gonna make the
it,
call.
if she walk me out, you should walk me out in Barbados, man. That's gonna be special right there.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would
You know what I'm
definitely be
saying?
great.
She
Yeah,
walk me out, man. It's the rap, man. It's like that's the music. I'm good. I'm good after that. I'm like, yeah, I accomplished everything.
yeah,
Yeah, as soon as he win a world title, I'm making a phone call.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something like that. Like, you know, as soon as you win a world title there, or you know, if we fight for a world title, then yeah, we make that phone call over to her, and you'll see if she'll, you know, come out there and bring him out to the ring. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But is there like anything else that y'all want to drop on the people, you know, here, you know, currently watching live or will be listening on the podcast?
Um, I mean, I don't got nothing much to say, but follow your dreams, trust in God, and don't let nobody never tell you what you can do. You could do it, because I'm from Barbados, and a lot of people told me you ain't gonna be nothing. And look at me. I'm still doing my thing to this day, and I'm still grinding to the top. I know I grew up in a godly family. My mama always tell me to believe in God and 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 go forward, and I'm still doing that. No, you know what I mean. I stay around positive people,
Yeah.
good energy people, and I'm a type of person. I'm just saying I don't keep a lot of friends. I just keep the people that got my best interest in heart, and them ones are my friends. And when you look around my circle, you can see my friends, and hope people can learn from me, or the youth learn from me how I move. You know what I mean? I never in trouble. I just be around good people, and I got good people on my corner. And I hope that could guide some of these young people or young kids out here to follow and make them be better.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
they definitely need it, and Kobe hit on it right on the nose. I mean, without God, nothing is possible. And we have to be that beacon for the youth out here. I just actually just started a 50 a nonprofit organization to work with youth with behavior issues as well as mental health. It's called Part of My Dreams too. So I'm gonna be working with youth in the DMV area, and just helping them and letting them know that it is people out here that care. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the things that you know we in society are not showing enough that we care. People talk about it, but what are you doing? Are you getting behind the organizations? Are you putting, with government wise, are you putting the money behind people to be able to, support them in helping these youth? So, it's about giving back at the end of the day. You can't just have your hand out all the time. You gotta give back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when God blesses you to uh, have certain things, to be able to do certain things, you know, He's doing that for you to be able to go out and do it for other people.
Mm-hmm.
So we really focusing on that. Kobe will definitely be involved with it. Jaleel, all my fighters will be a part of that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because you can't always have your hand out. You can't always be asking for things. You got to be able to give back, and you got to be able to help people as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And, yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you know, it's not just you know, everything just to have something, but you know, to be able to give back or to be able to teach someone, you know, how
yeah,
to do something to be, you know, productive or you know, be able to become better in their lives. That's pretty much the name of the game.
mm.
You know, so if you have that ability, it's the best thing to share.
Or put somebody even if you can put somebody in a position.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't always monetary and things like that, but putting a person in a position. It could be a word of encouragement. It's a whole lot of ways, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Now, I was going to actually see about letting you go, but there's one thing that I have to keep y'all on for because someone has pretty much made a grand entrance, and that is none other than Coach Floyd Seymour. Man, what's going on?
Man,
Hey.
What's
man,
What's up, Floyd?
man, you
What's
late,
up,
man. We about to leave.
Yeah, you late, man.
Oh, hey,
Man, I know we know you over there with the grandkids, man.
Nah, I know where he at. I know where he been at.
So you want to hear that? Hold on. I gotta get some light in there.
Man, I know you was a MGM, man.
Not at all. Not at all. That's what I get babysitting, man. That's what I get babysitting. How you guys doing?
Good,
Oh,
man.
man,
Good.
we all good, man. All good. Like I said, having this convo here with the soldier in DC, man. Had a few things going down. DC, was telling me about, what's happening there with the soldier and things like that. Seeing if you could, work out a few things for him in 2023. And I know that you, Coach Floyd, have been a great part of Cobia Breedy's career, amateur and professional. So I know that you also, working with Derrick is going to guide Cobia to great things coming up next year.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Just right now, it's a lot of big things to me that we're working on, man. I mean, working along with Derrick and just trying to keep Cobia ready. That's what it is. Trying to keep him ready.
Yeah, gotcha. I know that Cobia is talking about working out today, and like it's been a bipolar weekend when it comes to the weather. So it's like a little bit warm yesterday, but it's cold today. But he's like, you know what? I'm gonna still go out there and work. I'm gonna still go out there and run. You know what I mean? So
yeah. He's been trying to hit that bridge with him.
They been ducking me. Nobody don't want to run the bridge. It's too cold. Man.
Yes.
I got a good excuse. I got a walking boot on, so I got an excuse.
Yeah. Yo, man, KP hit me up telling me he was a kid. I said, my son home. I'm out. I'm gone.
Yeah, lucky you, man. Lucky you. But definitely we could go hit that bridge maybe next week, Definitely hit the bridge next week. But listen, like I said, man, I'm sorry I came in extremely late. I was multitasking, but I know Derrick and Cobia held it down, and we're just excited, man, for 2023. It's gonna be a big year for us, and the team is ready. Soldier team is ready. Right there.
Oh, we definitely ready. I told them, we plan on walking through the door in 2023, and if it ain't open, we gonna kick it in.
There you go, kicking it in, man. So, as far as fans for the Caribbean, fans up in DC, we're coming, man. We're coming. Definitely we're coming.
Yeah, for sure. And I know that, of course, when it comes to the Caribbean community, that, I have, the connections are there for that, so that, once he, has something going down for, the soldier, that, we can kind of like get him out there, get him visible so that, people know about, when this next fight is going to be, you know what I mean? So when that actually goes down, just let me know, and I'll, pick, let them know the spots where to go at, so that we can say, hey, you got the soldier over here. He's from Barbados. He's been doing his thing here as a pro boxer, and he got this fight coming up. That hey, you could find a way to go out and support one way or another.
Yeah, we definitely gonna be making a trip out there beginning of 2023, amongst other places.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I know that Cobia knows about the thing of crop over that's over there in Barbados every year.
Man, that crop over, man.
Yeah, but we have the
crop over, man. That's a festival, man. A festival with Rihanna at. We going over there to meet Rihanna. Cobia to introduce her to Riri.
Oh, we already talked about it, Floyd. I told him once Cobia win the world title, I'm gonna be making a call. Rihanna, we need you to walk him out.
Simple.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like we can have him out there in Barbados, or maybe over it. Well, I don't know about Trinidad next year. That's kind of a little bit of piece of work to try to get out there.
Yeah. We gonna focus on Barbados and Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico.
A resort in Mexico.
Yeah,
exactly.
The first big fight on a beach resort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that shit would be nice. That would be dope.
Yeah, I know that. If I'm not mistaken, I know that they be having a couple of the conventions out there.
Yeah,
For
the WBC.
parties. So yeah, they probably set up something over there and in one of those large resorts that they got.
I'm already on top of it. I'm already on it.
yeah, gotcha there. So, like I said there, I mean, once again, we got Coach Floyd here, here that's been training and managing the soldier, from amateur days, and the soldiers like talked about, when y'all first like met up, some years back, and him kind of like be able to grow and develop as a fighter, whether it's from the amateur to professional. So, Coach Floyd, like, what is it seeing the soldier kind of like developing into this fighter that you kind of like helped along the way?
Trying to get it. It's been great, man. It's been great. I mean, to be really honest, I mean, being an actual boxer myself and going through the ropes with, a lot of world champions like, Derrick's good friend, best friend, Sean Mitchell and them. It's when you learn good people, you try to pass it on to the younger generation. And, Cobia is exceptional, when it comes to him as a fighter, him coming through the military, and he's very, very easy to work with. When you have somebody that's easy to work with, like I told him, just have fun, man. This is a really tough business. Boxing is tough. But if you can figure out how to have fun and try to still get the results, that changes everything. It changes everything, So he's been great. I mean, we still on our mission before 20 fights. We're trying to get a world title. We said that from our first fight. Cobia has 16 right now, 15, 16, 15 and 1. So before the 20th fight, definitely we're gonna try to still get a bag, have that title. It's just been great working with Cobia, And hopefully, right now, like Derrick being on the team, things should be even much better, easier. Right, Derrick? I mean, just easier. It takes a lot of weight off of me. At the same time, as you get better, you kind of add more people into your team who can help you get to where you're trying to go, especially better people. And that's what we're doing right now, So it's been great, man. It's been great. I'm sorry I got a camera all over the place. I'm just trying to get a good view. Because I'm a black man. It's dark. You can't see me. Like right now, I can't even see Cobia.
Yeah, I think
he's in the car.
Yeah, he is in the car, so it was like off and on. So yeah, he got the thing going. Yeah,
I'm in Upper Marlboro, man.
Driving
but I mean,
Upper Marlboro.
As far as fighters is concerned, some people can go through their whole career and have a terrible time, and right now we're like in the midway of Cobia's career and trying to keep it great all the way, and I mean, like I said one more time, bringing Derrick in the fold, and we about to really have a good time, have a great career. So my thing for him is continue with his success, continue working hard, which I know he's doing. And 2023, man, it's really gonna blow up for us.
Yeah, for sure. And DC was talking about there for 2023, the scene there, whether it's at 126 or at 130, you could have Cobia there in a position to fight for a world title. Given the current state in both of those divisions. I mean, you have a couple of world titles at 130 pounds that are currently vacant there, but there's one that looks like they're trying to solidify on one side, but there's like another side that's vacant. And, at 126, you're still gonna have, something vacant there. I think, WBO may end up being vacant real soon, and I think there might be one other title that is still there up for grabs at 126. So it could be something where, Cobia could be in that position to fight for one of those world titles.
Yeah, and like I said, as far as the management team, we're just gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that to our management team. We put it together and try to figure out what's the best route for him to go, which is feasible at the same time. Would make sense, and we just take it from there.
Mm-hmm.
We just tell the public, just stick with us and just watch us shine. 2023, man, it's soldier year. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And like Derrick Curry was saying, having the team, you have guys in certain positions that know their roles and are able to play their roles. And once you have that kind of like down packed, then you don't have to worry about nothing. You just have to handle your end of the business, and then everything will fall into place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's like when you're adding to your bowl what you got. When you're adding to your plate what you got, and that's what we're doing. We're just continuously adding, and just watch us shine. Watch us shine, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we're gonna see, that definitely happening here in the next few months or so in 2023, and definitely looking for the latest there with Cobia Soldier Breedy. But I think Cobia is looking like he's gonna be on his way, home side or whatever it is. So we'll be out there for that. And I see there, Coach Floyd, there with your grandkids and whatnot.
Babysit, man.
Like you said, multitasking.
This is what happens when you start to get older, man. Babysit. Say hi. Say hi, Cobia. You see Cobia? You don't see Cobia? The dark person is Cobia.
Yeah, you can't see Cobia there in the dark.
Yeah, they're right in the dark. Guys, listen, so for real, take care, man. Nice to see you guys. Derrick, all the fans, tell them, like I said, 23.
Tomorrow, man.
Definitely.
Soldier, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure. So yeah, thanks all of y'all for joining in here with the Boxing Source. Cobia, we're definitely gonna be seeing you there in 2023. Coach Floyd, of course, we're gonna be talking a little bit more here in the near future. There, know that you got your grandkids there, and brother Derrick. Of course, we're gonna be chatting a little bit later on. And like I said, Derrick. One day, the next time I see you there on the drums, I'm gonna grab my trombone and I'm gonna start playing.
I'll be ready, man. I always stay ready.
Stay ready. Hi,
guys.
But thanks for having us, brother James, man. I appreciate you, man, and everything you do, man.
All right, not a problem. Later.
All right.
All right.
Goodbye.
It looks like you just got like a potato. All right, I'll see you there, Coach Floyd. All right, thanks to brother Cobia Breedy for joining us alongside his manager there, Derrick Curry, there with Mayweather Promotion, and of course, Cobia Breedy's trainer and a longtime manager. Up to this particular point, Coach Floyd Seymour. For joining us here once again on the Boxing Source. And like I said, we're definitely going to be seeing more of Cobia Soldier Breedy here in the near future, whether it's at 126 or maybe over at 130. Like I said, at 130 right now, you have like a number of titles that are vacant. And you maybe have like one title that could be fought for here real soon, and the 130-pound division, that's WBC. I think Shaki Foster and Ray Vargas could be fighting there for that. But you still have the IBF title there, 130 vacant, and you still have the WBO title there vacant. But you'll see maybe in the WBO you might have Oscar Valdez there, facing Emmanuel Navarrete. So maybe he could probably put himself in position for the IBF title at 130 if nothing really shakes off with that, or if he stays there at 126, maybe something that opened up there at 126. But in the meantime, they're definitely going to be working together there. Cobia Breedy, Coach Floyd Seymour, and also Derrick DC Curry there. So be sure to check out what's up with them on Instagram. They also have pages on Instagram. Cobia Breedy. Derrick Curry is DC_TMT, and you got Coach Floyd Seymour, all one word, there on Instagram. So y'all can follow them on Instagram. Now we're going to get into what went down yesterday real quick, as you had the WBC and lineal heavyweight title that was on the line that took place. Of course, you had the Gypsy King Tyson Fury. They're undefeated, going up against Fury-Chisora, who had like about about 45 or 46 fights up to that particular point. What was it like, with a record of like 33 wins and 13 losses or whatever it is. And the thing about it is, with Fury-Chisora, well, it was like 33-12 initially, but the thing with Fury-Chisora is, it looked like he was pretty much like out of it, and then he gets put in position to have one fight that he ends up winning that people didn't expect him to win. And so, with that being said, he gets put into the rankings for one of the sanctioning bodies, and here in this case, it's WBC. So you had Tyson Fury say that he was going to have a fight this year. Of course, he was talking about he wanted to fight Usyk, but you said Usyk wasn't ready, so Usyk's not ready. Then he said, "Oh, I'll go up against Anthony Joshua," and that he wanted to get that fight done for December. And we all know about that whole back and forth, so don't really have to go through all that. So ended up being Fury-Chisora as the challenger there for Tyson Fury, and well, it was what people expected. It was Fury-Chisora getting beat up. It was kind of, for me, man, it was even like worse than what happened back in 2014. That was the last time that Tyson Fury and Fury-Chisora fought each other. Of course, this was the third installment of those fights. So this so-called trilogy, or whatever it is, was not really much of a needle mover, for a number of people, because Tyson Fury was, extremely favored. And if it was Fury that was at the top of his game, that he was pretty much could do whatever he wanted against Fury-Chisora. Fury-Chisora is pretty much a one-dimensional fighter of sorts. He'll come at you, just coming forward. He'll throw, a couple jabs, left jabs, and swing in with an overhand right. Doesn't really like set that many shots up. So he usually is right in front of his opponents. But he's just a very, very tough guy. A guy that's fought a lot of people in the heavyweight division, a lot of contenders in the heavyweight division. Been around challenging for world titles, years back. I mean, he's fought like I said, Joseph Parker, Dylan White, Carlos Takam, Alexander Usyk when Usyk was coming up to the heavyweight division. He's fought. I think he did fight. What was it? Klitschko, I think it was, but I think that was like way back. But this is somebody that has been in the game for a lot of years. So here it just looked like this was kind of like the downside of Fury-Chisora's career, and you pretty much seen it over the course of that bout. And no, there were no knockdowns scored, but it was, to me, sometimes when you see a fight where one fighter is just really just having his way with another fighter and there's no knockdown scored, then I think the beating sometimes is worse when you don't even have a knockdown scored, because sometimes if that opponent is not knocked down, you know, he just continues to take punishment, continues and continues and continues. While if he does get knocked down, especially after a point of like 5 or 6 rounds or so, then hey, maybe the referee could just say once he's down, then he'll have a an excuse or something to stop the fight or just say TKO. But there were like multiple times over in the seventh and eighth and ninth round where you kind of like seeing that Tyson Fury was just having his way with Derrick Chisora, and the referee just wouldn't go ahead and he wouldn't go ahead and stop the fight. You know what I mean? So it just got to the point there in the 10th round where it was just like, I mean, and if you're listening or watching on ESPN Plus or over in the States or over in the UK, you probably were watching there through Queensberry Promotions pay-per-view outlet, that there was just way too much punishment for Derrick Chisora to take. And so you had the referee there that was in the ring, Victor Laughlin, just say, you know what, this is it, man. Because there were a couple of times that Laughlin went to the corner of Derrick Chisora and said, man, you got to see something, And Derrick Chisora, his batter beaten up. He's like, oh, I'm going to still fight. And, his trainer is like, yo, we good. But he wasn't good, man. He was getting beat up. And it's some like they were saying in the live telecast. Sometimes it's best to just wrap it up, walk away. Be in one piece that you'll be able to be out there with your family and stuff like that. And they just had it go out for as long as it did, 10 rounds. So Tyson Fury, 10th round TKO victory. Stays undefeated there, 33 wins, 0 losses in the lone draw in the first fight against Deontay Wilder. So he is still the WBC and lineal heavyweight champion. And, after the fight, of course, they were talking about, he wants to fight that middleweight, as he says, Alexander Usyk, the unified heavyweight champion of the world, WBA, IBF, WBO. And he wants that undisputed. So I'm like, hey, why not go for undisputed next year? People are talking about, hey, they'll try to work something out, there for that. And see how that works out. Got brother Audrey still in there in the live chat here for YouTube. Did make a suggestion about no holds barred type, glory heavyweight Grand Prix boxing tournament, but hey, thing is money talks, money alliances, that type of thing is crazy, and that can't necessarily have things work out to where you can have all of those fighters, whether it's something where you could have a Super Six of sorts and still have that work out to, maybe have a box off for, a champion to just stand out above the rest. You could have something there where, you could get like a Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Joe Joyce, who was also there in attendance for that fight, the Fury-Chisora fight, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz Jr., where, all but one fighter in that mix, Joe Joyce, has a world championship or has had a world championship, and you could have a Super Six right there in the heavyweight division, or you could add a couple more fighters in there if you wanted to, you know what I mean? And just say, hey, let's just see who could, be the best out of all of these fighters. You could add in, a couple of other fighters out there in the heavyweight division. Like we'll add in one or two, man. We could add in, a Frank Sanchez or Philip Hergovich, and you have eight people in there, but I don't think that's gonna, work itself out to, be like that. But in the meantime, Tyson Fury there, undefeated. Maybe he'll retire again and then unretire before fighting Alexander Usyk next year, because that's where all signs head towards. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight titles. I know that I had a earlier conversation with Joseph Heron of War Week Radio that suggested that maybe Philip Hergovich could exercise or pretty much enforce his mandatory status of the IBF. So, and if he does, then Alexander Usyk would end up giving up that IBF title, because he just wants to go ahead and face Tyson Fury. But like I said, after that Fury-Chisora fight, I found it interesting that you didn't just have Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk there face to face, but you also had Joe Joyce come up there, on ringside there, and kind of like have a confrontation of sorts there, with Tyson Fury. And the thing is that if I'm not mistaken, Joe Joyce is like a interim champion for the WBO. So it's like, well, you got one thing here with the WBO, you got something else here, with the IBF. What does that, mean as far as like the heavyweight picture? But people just want to see, okay, who is, without question, let's just say the undisputed number one guy. A lot of people say it's Tyson Fury. But Alexander Usyk, is the one that has the most titles, more titles. It has those 2 wins over Anthony Joshua, who many consider to be pretty much around the top of the division for a long time. So I say next year, y'all just go ahead and work something out. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk for the undisputed championship. If they have it to where it's in Saudi Arabia, oh well, okay, let it take place in Saudi Arabia. Just have it to the point where at least you have one undisputed heavyweight champion, and then that'll be that. You know what I mean? So you could have that. What else? Now I know that I kind of like forgot somebody there in the tournament. They pretty much like flew right by me initially, but there is also a shot that you could have the former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder in the mix next year if he does face Andrew Ruiz as was ordered by the WBC, and Tyson Fury does face Alexander Usyk for undisputed and wins and becomes undisputed champion. He says that he would really be interested in a 4th fight there with Deontay Wilder, and it could be Fury Wilder 4. That would be something. That would be something if that happens. But we just have to wait and see what happens there in 2023. But yeah, Tyson Fury there, of course, like I said, beat up Derrick Chisora there to defend his WBC and lineal heavyweight titles there, over in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium over in the UK. So there was that. Also in the co-feature bout, you had the WBA regular champion, as they say, not the super champion, but the regular champion, Daniel Dubois. He was defending his title against Kevin Lerena. Kevin Lerena was actually coming up from like a cruiserweight or whatever it is, and going up there against Daniel Dubois. And Kevin Lerena had a record 28-1. I guess a number of people weren't necessarily saying that, hey, that he could have done something there against Daniel Dubois. He's fought, a couple of guys at cruiserweight, also guys that have formerly been at cruiserweight in the heavyweight division. Like his last fight was against Marius Wack, when Marius Wack is, kind of like been there around that heavyweight division for a little bit. Bogdandino has been there in the heavyweight division for a little bit. Everybody's favorite fighter, what is it? That fought Tyson Fury some years back, Sefer Seferi. Yeah, so Kevin Lorena has beaten Sefer Safari too. But going back to this fight here with Daniel Dubois, if you man, I don't know what happened. Like really, really, I don't know what happened. Right? It was wild. It was wild to me, man. It was wild. Check it. So first round happens, have a little bit of action, and then Kevin Lorena catches Daniel Dubois with a shot that messes up his equilibrium, and he just all of a sudden goes down, boom. And then Dubois goes down on one knee, and then he gets up, and then all of a sudden, Kevin Lorena kind of like takes his time a little bit, and then catches Dubois again, and Dubois goes down once again in the first round. It wasn't like he was like seriously hurt or whatever it is, but it was still something like 2 knockdowns. And then before the end of the round, Kevin Lorena caught him one more time. And I'm like, yo, this crazy, yo. Like, the boy could end up losing this joint. Like, he could end up getting blown out here in the first round. But Daniel Boy got through the first round. Second round happens. Nothing happened. like how you have you scored 3 knockdowns on your opponent, 3 of them, and you don't do nothing in the second round. And I'm just saying, like, you don't jump on them, you don't blitz them, you don't try to set up no shots, you don't set up no feints, nothing like that. And that's what Kevin Lorena was doing in the second round. And by doing that, he pretty much had Daniel Dubois catch his breath and get his bearings back, get his legs back, and all that. So in the third round, almost like the same thing. Only thing is, Daniel Dubois was able to, throw, a few more shots, kind of, get himself back into it, catch Kevin Lorena, twice. And then before the end of the round, he was able to throw a combination, land a couple big shots, one uppercut, one hook that did land pretty flush. Right before the end of the third round, the referee, Howard Foster, stepped in and stopped the bout. And it ended up having Daniel Dubois winning that bout, and he keeps that WBA world title in the heavyweight division. And I was like, man, what is this? That was wild. That was wild. Hey, maybe, Kevin Lorena was in some trouble, in some serious trouble, at the end of that round. But, for me, just real talk, at the very least, see if he could try to make it to the end of that round. You knew that you kind of like knew you had the ticker where it was only like a few seconds left of the third round. So unless if he's able to knock him down again, why not have him go to the end of the round? Hey, you had Daniel Dubois go down 3 times in the first round. You're still able to let that run. So, Kevin Lorena only went down twice. So why not, have the thing, run. If he's able to make it to the end of that round, then have him make it to the end of the round, see what happens in round 4. And if he gets through round 4, then you have a fight. If he doesn't get through round 4, then, Daniel Dubois still has to come out win. But nope, Howard Foster didn't get that shot. He just stepped in and said, nope, that's it. You're done. It's a wrap. Wrap it up, B. You out of here. And so Daniel Dubois still has that WBA belt. Only has that long loss to Joe Joyce. Still kind of like is a little bit of a factor there in the heavyweight division. Would be really interested to see what would be next for him, especially given what happened in this bout, because, hey, I don't know who else could be out there for him that he could go ahead and face. Frank Warren better have him a plan to try to see what he could do there with Daniel Dubois, because man, there might not be many opponents out there that he could potentially face and really do something, because I know that a lot of those guys in the heavyweight division looked at that particular fight and said, yo, Daniel Dubois got to be fooled. He got to be fooled, yo. So I don't know. Maybe there could be a potential one or two fighters that are coming up in the ranks in the heavyweight division that could face Daniel Dubois. They're for that WBA belt, but I'm not really gonna suggest who those guys are at this particular point. Now, but that's mainly the main stories coming from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium from yesterday. Then wanted to move on towards what happened over in Arizona. We had a great main event. Great main event. Third bout between Juan Francisco Estrada and Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. That was for the vacant WBC belt, super flyweight. And, a lot of people felt like in the second bout between Chocolatito and Juan Francisco Estrada that Chocolatito won that bout, but it ended up being a split decision win for Juan Francisco Estrada. But in the third fight, man, I don't know, man. That first fight, it was like years back. And then they rehash it in 2021. But this one here probably was the best one of the three. Like, first off, it started off, man, it looked like, Juan Francisco Estrada was doing this thing. He was very sharp. He was, landing some sharp, big punches on Chocolatito Gonzalez. He was boxing off his back foot very well in those first few rounds. I would say first 3 or 4 rounds. And, he was just doing this thing. And it just looked like, initially that Roman Gonzalez was looking, old and slow or whatnot. But then after a big weight point of the fight, like round 6, 7, and 8, you saw Chocolatito getting right back in it, just like coming forward, throwing punches, throwing combinations, more combinations in the first half of the fight. And, really looking like he was getting himself back into it. And by around 10 or 11, it looked like he caught all the way back up. But it was like round 12 where you saw, snippets of Juan Francisco Estrada doing the same things that he was doing in the first half of the fight. And I think that was pretty much the main difference in the bout. I kind of like had it like about like a 7-5, went around like an 8-4, but it ended up being a majority decision win for Juan Francisco Estrada. So one judge had it 6 rounds to 6. Another judge gave, Juan Francisco Estrada 8 rounds, and one judge gave Juan Francisco Estrada 7 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But to jump on into this live conversation, we got our guy here from Tampa, the chef, TTP. Brother Terrell is in the building. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, JR? Glad to be checking with the show again. It's just kind of funny having fights, good fights within one weekend. As we know, fights in this last quarter this year have been kind of sparse and far as importance of fights and occurrence of fights. So, but nevertheless, glad to be checking in and talk about boxing. It was kind of funny. As a side note, for the last few years, I've been telling my daughter, let's talk boxing. She said, no, Daddy, I don't want to talk boxing. I said, that's what they're doing. We got to talk boxing.
Oh, man. Yeah, you try to get your daughter into it. That's what's up, man. But, what were you thinking about what was happening there with Chocolatito and Juan Francisco Estrada? I mean, I thought, for me, I'm putting that as one of the fights that could be a candidate for Fight of the Year for this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to digest that fight because this was another father-daughter weekend. So my focus was primarily on her. Only to really digest somewhat was the heavyweight fight and everything. But once again, thank God for the tweets done by the Boxing Source. Because I do follow the Boxing Source on Twitter, and so should you guys too. Follow the Boxing Source on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all platforms. Make sure you anywhere you can listen to a podcast from, follow the Boxing Source. That's the that's the promo right there.
Here we go. That's the promo right there. That's our commercial for the week. Yeah.
Yeah, but with the boxing source, I'm subscribed on Twitter, and along with that, every time the boxing source makes a tweet, I get a notification. So therefore, I can easily just jump on a notification and see and get a quick check in to see what's going on. And you do an absolutely great and phenomenal job of not only covering all fights, but the action round by round, things like that. So like I said, I wasn't able to see the fight because I was busy with my daughter, but I was able to just kind of, in a sense, keep up with it as far as who's going on, what kind of action was going on, and of course who won. And I mean, with Chocolatito, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to pull a Matt. I don't give a fuck about the lightweight division. As he upsets, you don't care about the lighter weights. But I mean, but there's some throughout history, there have been phenomenal fights in the lower weight classes. I mean, Michael Carbajal, just name one. People like that. There's been phenomenal fights and stuff like that, and that still rings out today with Chocolatito and Estrada, people like that. So I didn't get a chance, but I was just once again, I'm gonna put a boxing academic and say, "Oh, I didn't watch that fight."
Yeah, I didn't watch that fight. Yeah, man. I mean, you did have some very good action in that particular bout, and given how many people are talking about it and talking about the result, you'll probably see some highlights of the fight there, coming up. So that's something there for people to watch out for, look out for. But on the tip of the that Tyson Fury Derrick Chisora thing that you said that you were kind of like catching there. What did you see out of that, if anything, and then also what Tyson Fury was saying after the fight?
I mean, as far as for the fight itself, I mean, we know that Derrick Chisora did little, if anything, to validate having yet another fight with Tyson Fury. I mean, in that sense, we kind of look at it as a stay busy fight for Tyson Fury, because when we look back just a few months ago, when Fury basically on whether he was serious or not gave a challenge to Joshua for a December fight for the same weekend, and that was fresh off the fight off Joshua's fight with Usyk and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that was just outrageous because he was just placing unrealistic demands for two different promotion firms to come together and work out a big deal, which is not, it could be done, but it's not done quickly like that. I mean, you got to think about these are multi-million-dollar companies, and they have rights and fans that they have to serve and things like that. And not only that, they have their own self-interest to serve as well.
Mm-hmm.
The respective companies, top ranked, the zones, people like that. So you just can't just say, oh, I'm going to make a deadline, and if you don't sign by the deadline, then you're a pussy. And just and I'm sorry, but I fell into the rhetoric and to the hype that the fight would get done because Joshua, his initial observation, oh, sure, I'll fight, let's get it done. Send a note over to my management, we can get it worked on. And sure enough, they start to work on the fight, and only for Tyson Fury just to be outrageous and appear that he's on drugs again. Just going on social media time almost daily, going after Joshua and his people, saying that he doesn't want to fight, he's scared, calling him Dawson, all kind of stuff like that, and which is ridiculous, which led us to the fight with Chisora, which, like I said, was totally unwarranted. But I mean, bottom line, if Fury just wanted to stay busy fight, then call it that. Why go through all this drama of trying to fight someone that's fresh off a fight? I mean, it could have been done. If it would have been done the right way, with a little more patience, it could have been done. So we're left with this. So I mean, as far as the fight itself, I mean, no surprises here. No surprises here. And we already had enough rounds of Fury and Chisora to know what was going to happen. And from we already know what's going to happen. I mean, just the post fight. The one thing I never seen before. I never seen a fighter invite two different potential opponents in a ring to go after them, and just
Yeah.
I mean, once again, I love boxing, but sometimes the stuff that happens in boxing is just ridiculous. I mean, with Fury going after Usyk like that, but the thing about Usyk is solid as a rock. So Tyson's not going to say a whole lot to get him out of character, things like that. I mean, he got this. He's he got this guy in front of everybody, calling him pussy over and over and over and over. And you like, dude, you're not doing nothing here. You're not doing nothing here. You're not going to provoke me no matter what you do. As long as you put your hands on me, we're good. Things like that. So
right.
But I mean, post fight, the usual boxing antics, and that would never ever get old within the sport of boxing. And then like I said, only for him to have Joe Joyce to come up ringside too. That, like I said, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what that was all about. But real quick, to kind of like add into that conversation is someone that will be heavily campaigning for a certain person that is to fight Tyson Fury in 2023. And he'll pretty much like give his presentation on why that should happen. And that is none other than the individual that goes by the handle White Man Paperwork.
First of all, how dare Chef Terrell, don't call me Terrell, disrespect the great Gypsy King like that? Okay? It is Anthony Joshua who did not want the fight. Okay? Clear as day. Anthony Joshua publicly, because everybody want to play that whole shit. Everybody want to play that whole shit for the public. Yeah, of course I'll take the fight. But just like Terrence Crawford, when it comes down to sign the contract, all of a sudden everybody got carpal tunnel syndrome. All of a sudden nobody could find their pen. And Anthony Joshua was the exact same way. If you agree to everything...
Two different circumstances.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because at the end of the day, don't say you agree to everything, but then we don't have a fight. That don't make no sense to me. It makes no sense. If you agree to it, then we should have a fight.
Hold on. Why couldn't they work out something like how Tank and Ryan worked out something?
Because Tank and Ryan actually wanted to fight.
Oh.
You can work it out when both parties want to fight. But that English muffin, okay, that juiced up bodybuilder did not want the fight. And once again, he is showing his true colors. Because he did the same thing with Deontay Wilder.
How would you feel? You coming fresh off a major fight.
Who gives a damn? Do you want the fight or not? You said that you was going to be ready to go. So don't say you're ready to go if you're not ready to go. Just say, hey, listen, I would love to fight you, but I'm not ready yet. But he didn't want to say that. His ego would not allow him to say that. He wanted to play the guy for the... Yeah, I'll take any fight. I'm Anthony Joshua. I'll take any fight. He wanted to pull that bullshit, which is what it is, with the fans. But Tyson Fury pulled his skirt and revealed that he was wearing matchroom boxing panties. Okay? This guy wanted no parts of Tyson Fury. And I don't blame him, because guess what? Tyson Fury, he is like Michael Jordan competitive. And he understood that if he gets Joshua in the ring, he could put the death knell in Anthony Joshua. And he was salivating at the opportunity to do that. Because if Tyson Fury would beat Anthony Joshua and get him up out of there, you would never hear from Anthony Joshua again on a major level. Okay? And Anthony Joshua, somebody probably told, hey, Joshua, you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? And they probably talked him out of it. Because, you know, Anthony Joshua, he doesn't have a spine of his own. He doesn't have a mouth of his own. He's like a marionette. He's like a puppet, you know? Anthony Joshua probably has the largest asshole in boxing because people just stick their hand up there
Whoa.
and they make him say what they want him to say.
Boxing comparison. We don't need to
hold on. Hey, see, this is why this guy is unquestionably the biggest Anthony Joshua hater.
I am not a hater.
And
I'm a truth teller.
Oh, yeah, right. And what that means is you're going to see, I don't know how much money it's going to take, but I'm going to construct a contract of sorts to get Anthony Joshua in the ring with white man paperwork.
All it'll take is $1 million. Give me $1 million, I'll go in there. Give me $1 million, I'll go in there.
Listen, you don't have to fight no moose. You could go ahead and fight Anthony Joshua.
I'll dance around until he gets tired. Because he get winded in the later rounds.
Come on, man. You wouldn't even last a round.
I would last a round with Anthony Joshua. Come on. I would last a round. Come on, JR. Don't you do that. I would last a round.
I don't know.
I would last a round.
I bet I could get a certain person to bet a big ass stake dinner on that. YFM Media, whoever.
I'd last a round. Honestly, I think I could take him.
You think?
I think I could take him.
Okay. So hold on. What on that whole thing with Tyson Fury and Derrick Chisora, man?
What a fight, by the way. What a performance by the heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury, the only heavyweight champion that matters.
What? What?
You know why he says that he's the only champion that matters? It's because he's the one that definitively beat Deontay Wilder.
I don't know about that now. I mean, listen, do we really want to get into that? Do we really want to get into that? I think Jack Reese might want to change his name to Chad Padilla and admit that he gave a long count to allow Tyson Fury to get up the same way Chad Padilla gave a long count to allow Manny Pacquiao to get up. You know, it's all, listen, and WBC, it's all coming out now, JR. This is what I love about boxing. All you gotta do is wait. And it all comes out.
Well, we had to wait literal years for that Pacquiao thing to come out.
Well, you know what? I'll wait years for the Wilder thing to come out. But in the meantime, the road to undisputed is opening up, baby. Let's go.
So, Matt, what did you think about the post-fight interview? The post-fight with Usyk and Joe Joyce at the same time. What did you think about that?
I thought that Tyson Fury only invited Usyk, and Joe Joyce was just hype. He wanted to crash the party.
So you're thinking that Joe Joyce just bought a ticket?
Oh yeah, come on now, come on.
You know what was kind of curious about the broadcast yesterday? They did not mention Hrgovic at all as far as being in contention for that IBF belt for that Usyk currently has. They didn't mention that at all about the possibility of him vacating that belt at all.
I think they'll find a way to work that out. Listen, I know Eddie Hearn, loves to be all up in the video. I know Eddie Hearn is really trying to inject himself into this heavyweight landscape, but at the end of the day, cooler heads will prevail, and we will get Deontay Wilder versus Alexander Usyk for the unified heavyweight title.
The unified or the undisputed?
It's going to be unified, because what's going to happen is Tyson Fury is going to be out with his injury. He's getting elbow surgery. He's going to be out with his injury. So that's going to leave Usyk to fight Wilder. And then after Wilder demolishes Usyk within 2 rounds, you're going to get Tyson Fury back from injury. And he is going to probably fight Andy Ruiz. He's going to beat up Andy Ruiz.
Hold on. Wouldn't the Ruiz fight come first for Wilder before Usyk? No?
No. Wilder, we don't fuck with WBC no more. We good. We good.
When?
We're leaving them in Tecamula, Mexico. Where the fuck they from?
Temecula.
We not fucking with the WBC no more. Okay, we are going for the unified strap. Okay, just because the WBC order a fight don't mean it's gonna happen. Hello, Charlo versus Triple G. Like they can order whatever the fuck they want. Okay, we're gonna get Wilder versus Usyk, and then we're gonna get Fury versus Ruiz when Fury comes back, and then at the end of the year, 2023, the brawl for it all, undisputed Wilder versus Fury 4, and this time, all will be right with the world, and Deontay Wilder will be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Can I get the bomb squad from the congregation? Can I get a bomb squad from the congregation?
Bomb squad.
I guess this is as good as it's gonna get.
Y'all some fucking haters. That's what it is. Y'all some fucking haters. It's a shame that you guys are some fucking haters.
Listen, hold on. It's just that we don't.
Well,
That was the most pathetic bomb squad I ever heard in my life, by the way.
Well, we may or may not share your same enthusiasm. That's what it boils down to. We may or may not.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you what's really going to happen.
Oh boy! No, I thought it was gonna be.
That was news to everybody. What Tyson Fury said, he needs surgery. I mean, we never heard of him being injured before. I mean, for someone that hasn't fought in quite some time, and also now you've revealing these injuries, that's kind of funny to me.
Well, some people could say that's Fury being Fury. So who knows?
Wow, so his elbow really doesn't need surgery?
Well,
Come
if
on
it
now.
needs surgery,
I just
then,
want to point out that Tyson Fury has been the most active heavyweight in the last few years. So everybody settle down.
Hey, I'll put it this way. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyson Fury gets back in the ring before Santos Alvarez Barragan. But that remains to be seen.
Exactly. And by the way, Canelo's an alcoholic. I just want to put it out there. I don't know if y'all follow what's going on. This guy is an alcoholic. He needs to chill. Maybe that's why him and Oscar were together for so long. They have a lot in common.
Maybe that's why he popped off at
Yeah. That was crazy. Listen, he's an alcoholic. I'm sorry. I can tell. He's not as bad as Teofimo Sr., but when that tequila get in him, oh my God.
Oh no.
Take away his phone. Take away his phone. You know he just be talking shit. You remember he was drunk, he like, Viva Mexico, cabrones.
Oh yeah.
Or when he got drunk and he threw the band out of his daughter's party that they paid to perform.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, y'all think it's a joke.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, this dude, he better chill.
Yeah, you gotta get
He better chill
out of his house or something.
Yeah, he better chill.
Yeah, he probably was drunk when was dragging the Mexican flag.
Right.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, come on, you know this motherfucker was drunk watching the World Cup. Come on, you know he was drunk.
Oh man.
Telling you, man, he better chill.
Word. Speaking of the joint, you talk about Teofimo Lopez Sr. His son is fighting MSG, man. Out there against Sando Martin. I'll be out there, for that fight card. You're gonna have that. You're gonna have Jared Anderson against Jerry Forrest. You're gonna have Xander Zayas in action. You're gonna have Keyshawn Davis in action, and whatever it is. But you also have this other fight that's taking place in Omaha, Nebraska.
Black Prime, baby. Let's go.
One other thing that your favorite promoter, Eddie Hearn, said last night was that, he doesn't think that particular event does what they said, 10,000 buys.
First of all, he need to mind his fucking business. How about that? Why does Eddie Hearn got an opinion on everybody else's business except for his own? Mind your fucking business.
Especially for this weight class, he has no dogs in his race.
He did have a dog in this race, but he was juiced up to the fucking gills. Let's talk about Conor Ben, Eddie Hearn.
Speaking of that, I have to check the updated rankings for these sanctioning bodies to see if Conor Ben is still on there.
Yeah, like, come on, man. The only welterweight you had is fucking juiced up to the fucking gills. He got to chill.
So, and also before you got on here, brother Terrell kind of like stole your shine when it came to the Juan Francisco Estrada-Chocolatito Gonzalez. You said you don't care about no lightweights.
Yeah, I ain't watched that shit. Come on now. The fuck I look like watching that shit.
Oh, come on, man. That's wild, man. But that's mostly what's going down next week. Also, you have the press conference for Gervonta Tank Davis and Hector Luis Garcia. So that is coming up this week. I'll be there for that. So y'all be on the lookout for that on the Boxing Source YouTube page. We'll have some live coverage in there for that here for a little bit. So check out the YouTube channel on that. But mostly kind of like covered most of everything that went down. I had a great conversation there with Cobia Breedy, Derrick, DC Curry, and Coach Floyd Seymour. They didn't necessarily provide information that I was looking for, but hopefully they'll still be able to work out something to where Cobia is in action fairly early next year.
Now, what's the card for this Crawford fight?
Oh man, hold on. The card for the Terrence Allen Crawford fight, right? That is at the CHI Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska, right? You have, of course, Terrence Crawford versus David Avanesian there, right? Chris Cyborg is going to be in the co-feature bout. Arnold Kagai versus Eduardo Baez.
Wait, who's Chris Cyborg fighting?
Oh man, hold on, because I had that thing somewhere. As I thought they had said who the opponent would have been, but I ain't really see that on there. So I don't know. But yes, who else I said? Arnold Kagai versus Eduardo Baez. Jeremiah Milton in the heavyweight division against DeJuan Calloway, and Steven Nelson against James Ballard in the light heavyweight division. For now, Steven Nelson's going to have that bout at light heavyweight before he goes back down to super middleweight. So that's kind of like the card that is going down right now.
Well, I tell you what, before you guys go, because I mean, there's not a whole lot of interest in that card other than the main event. So back down to 140. You guys tell me what version of Teofimo Lopez would be presented to us, and what is his second or third fight at 140? And the reason why I posed that question, we know that him and Regis have been going back and forth. Basically, Teofimo was stirring shit up with everybody, everything. So what version of Teofimo will we see? Will we see a competitive? Will we see a better version of him on 140? Or the same old thing with limited boxing skills, things like that? What do you guys think?
Well, here's my thing. Teofimo's not going to make much noise at 140 because you got Regis, you got Gary Antoine, you got potentially Ryan, you got Josh, you got potentially Tank. To me, Teofimo, he's in like maybe the third tier at 140. How many guys would you legitimately pick him against? We've seen that when you could stand up to his power, he has nothing else for you. He's not going to outbox you. So what is he going to do when a zombie like Subriel Matias is walking through all his shots? What's he going to do,
Because even that last guy he fought, to the ninth round and get him out of here. The guy had a decent record. The guy, I'm not saying the guy was a nobody, right? But definitely no one that has to accomplish anything much other than having a great record. But Matt made a great point. Like I said, when these guys have been in the weight class for quite some time, and like I said, who does he truly match up? Who can we say that he can beat in that top tier at 140? And that's a big question that remains to answer. Which is why I want to know what version will we see coming up this coming week. Because
we'll see what version comes up here, against Sandor Martin, and there's some people that kind of like feel like Sandor Martin may have an actual shot here in this bout, in that they don't feel like Teofimo is fully into has been fully into the preparation for Sandor Martin. But if he does get through that particular fight, he would be put in position to potentially fight for a world title next year. But I think I'm not too certain on like how many other fighters that he could beat at 140 either. And one other fighter that is that wasn't mentioned by Matt there is Jose Ramirez, former unified champ. He could also be there as a factor still at the 140-pound division. So there's a number of fighters there at 140 that could be real serious contenders that Teofimo Lopez will have to deal with, while being at 140. But, him coming up to 140 for this first bout against Sandor Martin is going to be something to see there in Madison Square Garden. And, I'll be there in attendance for that. So, we had that going down. But yeah, that's happening. I guess you'll have that card over in Omaha to also look out for on Saturday night. So there'll be a good amount of things going down on December 10th. I know there's probably some other bouts going on in a certain area that Matt probably wouldn't care much about, but we just might touch on that here over the course of the week. As what was it? What's the guy? It might be Josh Warrington, if I'm not mistaken, that may have a fight, but don't quote me on that. Josh Warrington isn't necessarily one of those guys that is a fan favorite around the boxing source circles or whatnot. And he does have a bout coming up against Luis Alberto Lopez, and since it's in the featherweight division, Matt wouldn't really much care about that anyway.
Is Guy Russell Jr. fighting?
Speaking of that, I hopefully will get in contact with Mr. Gary Russell later this week.
Well, if he ain't fighting, I don't care.
Well, I gotta see what the exact date is for Gary Russell Jr. to be fighting. So there's that. But also, I mean, you still got, at the featherweight, around the featherweight division, Cobia Breedy. So I gotta see what's gonna happen with him too. So we got that. But outside of that, you got, those bouts, they're coming up, of course, like in the avatar there for Terrell, you got Michelle Rivera versus Frank Martin coming up December 17th. Therefore, anyone that hasn't done so already, he had like a little conversation with Frank Martin that took place last week. That is on the YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out if you haven't done so already. But we'll have a number of things that are coming up here for the Boxing Source this week. A lot of coverage in the sport of boxing. So be sure to follow the YouTube channel to get all of that content. And also check our social media handles to get more there on that front as well. But that kind of like wraps it up on my side. Thank everyone for tuning in live, and those for joining in. You had, of course, Cobia Breedy, Derrick DC Curry, Coach Floyd Seymour, and Brother Terrell, and White Man Paperwork joining us here live in this particular episode of the Boxing Source Radio Show. And we will be right back at it here next week with all the analysis of what happens coming up on Saturday, December 10th. And hopefully y'all be able to join us live for that as well. And, like I say at the end of every show, folks, the point of boxing is to hit and like a hit, not a send and trade. On that note, folks, I'm out. Have a good
Bomb
evening,
squad,
everybody.
baby.
Bomb squad.
At least that was better.